it on them, and now like this is why I don't watch WWE anymore. All of favorite wrestlers
No,
are
no.
just not
The
there
thing
anymore.
is, Biggie retired because his neck. Because someone was going to do suplex on him, and he landed on his head, which caused his neck to get well. I think it was broken because apparently I heard that his lower half was temporarily paralyzed.
Yeah,
And to be honest, like to be fair though, it wasn't really the person that did the move. It was Biggie. It was kind of Big E's fault because he didn't land it right. Well, technically it was not. Technically it was both of them because as the person did it, I noticed that he didn't like how Brock Lesnar actually properly like fully swings on back. This wrestler only swinging back not as much.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and then that to be honest, that's one of the reasons Stone Cold retired as well because Kevin
I
Owens
think
did
that's how he came back for
pile driver.
WrestleMania to take on Kevin Owens.
The thing is, though, I like the match, yes, but you could obviously tell that Kevin Owens were being gentle with him.
Yeah, which was fair enough.
No, no, no. Like how he was facing the match and stuff. Yeah, Kevin Owens were doing most of the heavy stuff because obviously Stone Cold was well his neck in it. Obviously, I like the match because obviously he made Stone Cold look good and he made himself look good in it as well.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's just one of those things. What hurts me is that we'll never probably see Undertaker or Stone Cold wrestle ever again.
I know. This is why I'm not really bothered about watching WWE anymore, mate. Just
Stone Cold was my favorite wrestler. Well,
I
apart from
know.
Goldberg and a couple of
And
others, but
obviously
yeah,
Goldberg's retired as well. This is why I'm just not bothered about, you know, watching
yeah,
WWE again because you know what I mean. I'm not. All wrestlers are gone now, mate. They're just you know.
yeah. No, I know, I know, I know.
So that's why I'm not interested in watching WWE anymore.
Yeah. Seriously, people just hate on anything nowadays. People are saying on like Dead by Daylight, oh, it was the worst 2v8 ever, and I'm like, so it's 2v8. What do you expect? A lot of people are saying the new killer coming to Dead by Daylight is Pennywise.
They were quite interesting.
No, anyway, I've got a new character for a superhero franchise. Hold on. Box 8. So this guy Um, watch this. Watch the screen for a minute. I just want you to see it. So, Ash, are you looking at the screen for a second?
Yeah, okay, screen.
No, just
Yeah, I see it.
right. Basically, his name is Marvin MacReady.
Right.
He is from Scotland, and basically he developed his powers, or should I? Basically, his powers just consist of super strength and basically just very fast reflexes. Obviously, comes with super strength that his bone density is increased as well, which basically makes him weigh a lot more. And
Yeah.
obviously, if people punch him and stuff, it actually hurts them because his bone density and muscle mass is that strong. If someone hits him, then obviously they're going to break the fucking knuckles. But basically, in the late 1890s, he was actually a famous boxer, and obviously in those times in our superhero universe, they didn't really know what powers were. So obviously he contended to become one of the most top people in his era of boxing. Um, and so basically, is not only just a boxer, he actually became one of the first generation of heroes as well, alongside Origin, because Origin became a hero relatively um, almost on the same time as, I'd say, almost round about like World War Two.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically, the reason he doesn't age is because there was a person he fell in love with, and she she was technically a demon, and she wasn't supposed to actually be on the surface, but she basically defied every logic and stuff, and obviously she became kind of like her own thing. And so she kind of became a contractor for, well, basically she became a bounty hunter or something like that. Anyway, basically the reason he's immortal, and obviously the reason his eye is red, is because half of his soul was promised to the demon he fell in love with, and the demon made a promise to him that half of her soul belongs to him. And so they kind of made like a soul pact type thing, and so he's half demon and so ever. And yeah, basically, he he basically was the first generation, for one of the first generation of heroes. Plus, Rose MacReady, or the demon that he went out with, they got married and they actually fought crime together. As kind of like in my opinion, they were kind of like the good version of Bonnie and Clyde, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And obviously through the history, everyone knew who MacReady was, and obviously he was decorated as one of the best boxers and stuff and things, and obviously with his fighting techniques and stuff, he obviously fought crime and stuff. With the family he came from was actually poor. They was poor and stuff, and they were struggling to make ends meet and stuff. And when his powers started to show, he actually started to do street brawls. So let's say like in those times, people didn't really necessarily have like big cameras on media or whatever, did they? So basically, he went to like a street or whatever, and they put together like local fights and stuff, if that makes sense. So it was
Yeah,
like more or less like a community thing where all of them would surround the people that are fighting, and then obviously they'd start fighting. And so obviously he was a street brawler, and then he became a boxer. He became a actual boxer in 1894, and yeah, from there he started to become a little bit more richer and stuff like that. And obviously on the way to becoming a champion and whatever,
yeah.
he met Rose MacReady, and obviously Rose MacReady wasn't supposed to be up there or well fall in love. So obviously she did, and they got married, and so that's why she is called Rose MacReady. So yeah, do
Okay.
you like the
Fair
idea
enough.
anyway?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not like a final product character product, but
Is that what
at
you
the
use WWE 2K for? Just
yeah,
making characters?
this is literally the only use I use it for now. I mean, obviously, I still do like my universe stuff, but other than that, I mainly just create our superheroes or villains now. So
That's fair enough. Then.
like Rose now, she's basically an actual demon, and she basically, this is Rose MacReady. She actually, first time when she emerged on Earth, was, well, basically almost on kind of like the Romans era or like the ancient Greece era. And basically, she just really didn't like Earth in that era. So obviously, she went back and stuff. Basically, she kept breaking rules and stuff, and she basically just got sick of being in hell all the time. And obviously she broke protocol, and she went basically she's a rogue demon. And yeah, eventually she met Marvin, and obviously they started to kick off, and they started to date, and that's it. She basically became Rose MacReady, and she settled for just a normal life. Well, as normal as a hero's life. Obviously, Marvin had to persuade her to be a hero rather than a villain, because obviously when she started to be in like the base of human life and whatever, she basically killed people that looked at her wrong. If she needed money, she'd kill people and stuff like that. But Marvin was probably the only one that wasn't scared of her, and he basically just he liked her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so obviously through the years, they basically been married almost 90 years, and
Okay.
they never, to be honest, they never really had kids, but they did think about it, and they do have a son, which is, well, technically I'd say he doesn't really have any powers apart from being immortal, because his mum's a demon, and she wasn't really necessarily mortal. So the only thing that makes him, well, powerful is that he can't really die by any guns or whatever. He literally just is immortal. He can't die.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Rose and Marvin MacReady.